Hey there, you're looking kind of cute. Don't forget to subscribe and check out all my other socials. Enjoy. As the front door closed, Amelia looked at the bags she carried and felt excited. Her husband called from his office upstairs. His voice was clear and curious. Amelia put the bags on the table and answered, her voice shaky. "It's a surprise I've wanted to show you." Her husband looked down the stairs, his face showing interest, doubt, and confusion. He watched as Amelia went upstairs, paying close attention to her. Amelia walked with a spring in her step. Her pearl earrings moved as she walked, and she smiled slightly. "So, you're finally home after all those errands," he said, sounding a little impatient. He leaned over the railing and looked at Amelia. He felt curious about the surprise. The way Amelia spoke made him feel he couldn't say no. "I thought you were joking." His voice came out smaller than intended. Not even a little bit. She pulled out a garment bag, unzipping it slowly. "I've been planning this for months." The red fabric caught the afternoon sunlight streaming through their bedroom window. Amelia held up a cocktail dress, sleek, form-fitting, with a sweetheart neckline and hem that would hit mid-thigh. "You bought a dress, in my size. I know your measurements better than you do." She laid the dress on their cream-colored comforter, then produced a shoebox. "Size 11. I checked your dress shoes." Black patent leather heels emerged, their surface so shiny he could see his reflection. 4 inches high with delicate ankle straps. "Amelia, there's more." From another bag came a blonde wig, the synthetic strands catching light like spun gold. Long layers that would fall past the shoulders, with subtle waves throughout. His mouth went dry. This was real. She was serious. "I've thought about this for so long." Amelia sat beside him on the bed, taking his hand in both of hers. "I know it's a lot to ask, but seeing you transformed, getting to dress you up like my own personal doll, God, Ronan, it would mean everything to me." The vulnerability in her voice broke through his resistance. After everything she'd done for him, supported him through job losses and family drama, how could he deny her this one request? "Okay." The word escaped before he could stop it. "For your birthday, I'll do it." Amelia's squeal of delight filled the room. She threw her arms around his neck, peppering his face with kisses. "You won't regret this. I promise I'll make you look amazing. We'll start with a shower. You need to shave everything." "Everything?" "Everything." Her grin turned mischievous. "Trust me, you'll thank me when you feel how the dress moves against smooth skin." An hour later, he stood in their bathroom, skin tingling from the unfamiliar smoothness. Every trace of body hair had been meticulously removed. Amelia waited in the bedroom, having laid out everything while he showered. "Come on out, time for your transformation." He wrapped a towel around his waist and entered the bedroom. Amelia had arranged items on her vanity like a makeup artist preparing for a photo shoot. Bottles, brushes, and compacts covered every inch of the white surface. "Sit." She patted the cushioned stool. "We'll start with skincare." Cool cream touched his face as she worked, explaining each step. Primer to smooth, foundation to even out tone, concealer for under the eyes. Her fingers moved with practiced precision. "Close your eyes." Brushes swept across his lids, first a neutral base, then darker shades in the crease. The tickle of false eyelashes being applied made him flinch. "Hold still, almost done with eyes." Liquid eyeliner traced along his lash line, followed by several coats of mascara. When she finally let him open his eyes, he barely recognized the face staring back. His usually prominent brow bone had been softened, eyes appearing larger and more feminine. Now for cheeks and lips. Blush swept across his cheekbones, highlighting rather than hiding. She lined his lips with a deep red pencil, filling them in with matching lipstick. A coat of gloss made them shine. "Stand up, time for the fun part." She helped him into sheer black pantyhose first, the nylon sliding up his newly smooth legs. A black lace bra came next, which she stuffed with silicone inserts that gave him a realistic B-cup. Matching panties completed the lingerie. Arms up, the red dress slipped over his head, the fabric cool against his skin. Amelia zipped up the back, adjusting the neckline to sit properly over his new curves. The hem hit exactly where she'd predicted, showing off legs that looked surprisingly shapely in the heels she helped him step into. Now for the finishing touch. The blonde wig settled onto his head, Amelia's fingers working to position it naturally. She brushed out the layers, letting them fall around his shoulders and frame his made-up face. "Turn around, look at yourself." He pivoted toward the full-length mirror and froze. The person staring back wasn't him. Couldn't be him. This was a woman, attractive, put together, with legs that went on for miles in those heels. The red dress hugged curves that seemed to have appeared from nowhere, the sweetheart neckline drawing attention to the illusion of cleavage. "Oh my God." Amelia's hands covered her mouth. "You're gorgeous, absolutely stunning. I don't look like myself at all." "That's the point." She circled him slowly, adjusting the dress here, smoothing the wig there. "You're not Ronan right now. You're Rona. My beautiful Rona." The name sent an unexpected shiver through him. Rona. It felt strange on his tongue, yet somehow right for this red-dressed reflection. "How do you feel?" Amelia's hands rested on his shoulders, her chin tucked against his neck as they both stared at the mirror. "Different. Really different." The voice that emerged was his own, yet the lipsticked mouth moving in the mirror made it seem foreign. "Not bad different, just different. Walk for me. Let's see you work those heels." His first steps were shaky, ankles wobbling as he tried to find balance. Amelia coached him, demonstrating how to place one foot in front of the other, hips swaying naturally with the motion. "Smaller steps? Let your hips move. That's it." By the 10th pass across their bedroom, he'd found a rhythm. The heels clicked against the hardwood floor, the dress swishing around his thighs with each step. Amelia clapped her hands in delight. "You're a natural. Oh, Rona, you have no idea how happy this makes me." That name again. Each time she said it, something stirred in his chest. Not quite excitement, but close. A flutter of possibility. "What now?" He smoothed down the dress, a gesture that felt oddly natural. "Now we have dinner. I made reservations." "What? No, Amelia, I can't go out like this." "You can and you will." Her tone brooked no argument. "It's my birthday dinner, and I want to show off my gorgeous date." His protest died as she gathered her purse and keys. This was her fantasy, her special day. If she wanted to parade him around town in a dress and heels, who was he to refuse? The restaurant she'd chosen was intimate and dimly lit, tucked away in a quiet corner of the city. Still, walking from the car to the entrance felt like miles. Every click of his heels on pavement seemed to echo, announcing to the world that this blonde in red wasn't what she appeared. "Relax." Amelia linked their arms. "You look incredible. No one suspects a thing." The hostess greeted them warmly, leading them to a corner booth. He slid in carefully, hyper-aware of how the dress rode up his thighs. Amelia sat close, her hand finding his under the table. "You're doing amazing. I'm so proud of you." A waiter appeared, young and eager to please. His eyes lingered on the red dress before snapping to Amelia. "Good evening, ladies. Can I start you with something to drink?" Ladies. The word hung in the air. He'd been read as female without question. "Champagne." Amelia squeezed his hand. "We're celebrating." The evening passed in a blur of sensation. The weight of the wig on his head, the taste of lipstick when he sipped champagne, the constant awareness of his transformed appearance. Yet as the night wore on, something shifted. The initial discomfort faded, replaced by an odd confidence. "You're glowing." Amelia leaned close, her breath warm against his ear. "I knew you'd be beautiful, but this... Rona, you take my breath away." Back home, Amelia led him to the bedroom, her eyes dark with promise. "Don't move. I have one more surprise." She disappeared into the walk-in closet, emerging with another garment bag. I couldn't resist. When I saw this, I knew it was perfect. Pink satin spilled from the bag, a nightgown with delicate lace trim and thin straps. The fabric was so soft it seemed to float. "A private fashion show? Just for me?" He nodded, unable to form words. Amelia helped him out of the red dress, her fingers lingering on newly exposed skin. The nightgown slipped over his head like water, the hem falling to mid-thigh. In the mirror, Rona gazed back, softer now, more vulnerable in pink satin than the bold red cocktail dress. "Spin for me." He turned slowly, the nightgown flaring out before settling against his legs. Amelia's intake of breath was audible. Perfect, absolutely perfect. She pulled him onto the bed, arranging him against the pillows. "My beautiful doll, will you stay like this tonight? Sleep as Rona?" The request should have been a step too far, but looking at the joy radiating from his wife's face, feeling the caress of satin against smooth skin, he found himself nodding. "Yes, for you." Amelia curled against him, her hand tracing patterns on the pink fabric. "Best birthday ever. Thank you for giving me this gift." Sleep came slowly. Every shift brought awareness of the nightgown, the wig spread across the pillow, the lingering taste of lipstick. But Amelia's contentment was palpable. Her body relaxed against his in a way he hadn't felt in months. Morning arrived with sunlight streaming through sheer curtains. He woke to find Amelia propped on one elbow, studying his face. "Your makeup is smudged, but you're still beautiful." Reality crashed back. He was still wearing the nightgown, the wig tangled from sleep. "I should shower, change back." "Not yet." Her hand pressed against his chest. "Please, just a little longer." "Amelia, I have a confession." She bit her lower lip. "Last night was everything I dreamed, but now, I don't want it to end. Seeing you as Rona, it awakened something in me." "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I want more. More nights like last night. More days where I can dress you up, take you out, show the world my beautiful girlfriend." The last word hung between them, heavy with implication. I'm still your husband." "I know, but when you're dressed like this, when you're Rona..." She trailed off, searching for words. "It's like I get to have both, my wonderful husband and this gorgeous woman who lets me play dress-up." He sat up, the nightgown shifting with the movement. In the vanity mirror, disheveled Rona stared back, makeup smeared but still feminine, blonde hair mussed but still framing a face that could pass for female. "You want me to do this again?" "Only if you want to." Amelia sat up beside him. "I saw how you relaxed last night, how you started enjoying yourself. Tell me you didn't feel something." The truth was complicated. He had felt something, a freedom in becoming someone else, in letting Amelia take control and transform him. The appreciative looks from strangers, the seamless way he'd been accepted as female, it had all combined into an intoxicating experience. "I did feel something." The admission came out quietly. "I don't understand it, but being Rona wasn't horrible." Amelia's smile could have powered the city. "So you'll consider it? Doing this again? What exactly are you proposing? Weekends to start? Friday night through Sunday? You can be Ronan during the week, but weekends you're mine. My Rona to dress and style and take on adventures." The idea should have been absurd. A grown man spending every weekend as a woman to fulfill his wife's fantasy? Yet looking at Amelia's hopeful expression, remembering the thrill of transformation, he found himself considering it. "We'd need rules, boundaries." "Of course, whatever makes you comfortable. I have so many ideas. Shopping trips, brunches, maybe even a girls' night with my sister." "Your sister?" "Amelia, no one else can know about this. Trust me, she'd love you. But okay, we'll start small. Just us for now." She bounced on the bed like an excited child. "Is that a yes? Are you saying yes?" He took a deep breath, tasting the remnants of last night's lipstick. In the mirror, Rona waited for an answer. "Yes, we can try weekends." Amelia launched herself at him, peppering his face with kisses. "You won't regret this. Oh, Rona, we're going to have so much fun. I already have a whole wardrobe planned." As she rattled off clothing ideas, he fingered the pink satin of the nightgown. A whole wardrobe. Weekends as Rona. What had he just agreed to? But Amelia's joy was infectious. If playing dress-up made her this happy, if being her living doll brought this light to her eyes, maybe it was worth exploring. Maybe Rona had more to offer than just one night of fantasy. First things first, Amelia hopped off the bed, pulling him up with her. Let's get you cleaned up and into something casual. I bought the most adorable sundress. He let her lead him to the bathroom, the pink nightgown swishing with each step. In the mirror, Rona smiled, smudged and imperfect, but somehow right. The shower washed away makeup, but not memories. As Amelia helped him into a yellow sundress with white daisies printed across the fabric, he felt that same flutter from last night. The transformation was faster this time. She'd learned his face, knew exactly how to highlight and contour. Your hair! She fussed with the blonde wig, brushing until it shone. I'm thinking we should grow out your natural hair. It would look stunning long. My hair's brown, not blonde. We can fix that. Regular salon appointments, some highlights. She stepped back to admire her work. But for now, this wig is perfect. My beautiful blonde Rona. The day passed in a whirlwind of femininity. Amelia had him try on outfit after outfit. Skirts, blouses, dresses in every color. By evening, he'd grown comfortable in the heels, learned to sit with crossed legs, even mastered reapplying lipstick after meals. One more thing. As the sun set, Amelia produced a silk nightgown in deep purple. For tonight. He changed without protest, the routine becoming familiar. Rona gazed back from every reflective surface, confident now, comfortable in her skin. I love you. Amelia wrapped her arms around him from behind. Both versions of you, but especially for giving me this, for being willing to explore. That night, sleep came easier. The silk nightgown felt natural against his skin, the weight of the wig a comforting presence. Tomorrow was Monday, back to suits and ties and being Ronin. But Friday would come again, and with it, Rona's return. The week crawled by. He found himself thinking about the red dress during board meetings, remembering the click of heels during conference calls. Amelia texted throughout each day, pictures of outfits she'd bought, makeup tutorials she'd found, plans for their next weekend. Thursday night, she could barely contain her excitement. I've planned everything. Friday night is elegant. I have a black cocktail dress that will look stunning. Saturday is casual shopping, then dinner at that new Italian place. Sunday I thought we'd stay in. 3 full days as Rona. Is that too much? We can scale back. No. The answer surprised him. I committed to weekends. I'll do it. Friday arrived with nervous anticipation. The moment he walked through the door, Amelia whisked him to the bedroom. His transformation routine was becoming second nature. Shower, shave, moisturize. The makeup took less time as Amelia grew more confident with his features. The black dress tonight. She held it up, sophisticated with long sleeves and a hem that would hit just above the knee, with nude heels, classic elegance. Dressed and styled, blonde hair falling in soft waves, he examined Rona in the mirror. This version was more refined than the bold red dress debut, more naturally feminine. You're getting better at this. Amelia adjusted the neckline. More comfortable. It shows. She was right. The nervous energy from last week had transformed into anticipation. Being Rona was beginning to feel less like a costume and more like... what? Another facet of himself? Dinner was at an upscale steakhouse. He navigated the evening with growing confidence, ordering in a softer voice, laughing at Amelia's jokes, even chatting with the women at the next table about where he'd bought his dress. You're a natural. Amelia raised her wine glass. To Rona, may she continue to blossom. They clinked glasses, and he realized he was genuinely enjoying himself. The performance aspect had faded, replaced by something more authentic. He was simply existing as Rona, and it felt surprisingly right. Saturday morning brought the yellow sundress again, paired with white sandals. Amelia had mapped out a full day of shopping, her credit cards at the ready. We need to build your wardrobe properly. Not just dresses, you need jeans, casual tops, workout clothes. Workout clothes? I thought we might try a yoga class tomorrow. Don't worry, I found one in the next town over. No one will know us. The shopping trip was overwhelming and exhilarating in equal measure. Amelia commanded each store like a general, pulling items in his size, creating complete outfits. He spent hours in dressing rooms, modeling each piece for her approval. The skinny jeans are perfect. She circled him slowly. Show off those legs, and this pink sweater is so soft. By the time they stopped for lunch, shopping bags surrounded their table. He'd acquired an entire wardrobe, casual wear, business casual, even a few formal gowns, just in case. Having fun? Amelia reached across the table to fix a strand of blonde hair. More than I expected. He sipped his iced tea, careful not to smudge his lipstick. It's like playing an elaborate game of dress-up. Except it's not just playing anymore, is it? Her observation was gentle but pointed. You're becoming her. Rona isn't just a costume. She's part of you. The truth of her words settled over him. Somewhere between the red dress and this yellow sundress, Rona had evolved from performance to person. She had preferences now, liked skirts over pants, preferred pink lipstick to red, felt most confident in heels between 3 and 4 inches. Is that weird? He fidgeted with his shopping bags. That I'm starting to think of Rona as real? Not weird at all, it's beautiful. Amelia squeezed his hand. I fell in love with Ronan, but I'm falling for Rona too. Getting to know her, seeing her confidence grow, it's like unwrapping a gift. That evening's Italian restaurant tested his confidence further. The place was bustling, full of couples and families enjoying Saturday night. Yet he navigated it smoothly, excusing himself to the ladies' room without hesitation, accepting compliments on his outfit from their waitress, even handling mild flirtation from a man at the bar with polite dismissal. You handled that well? Amelia linked their arms as they left. Mr. Pinstripe Suit seemed quite taken with you. Please, he was old enough to be my father. Still, it must be flattering knowing you passed so completely. It was flattering, in a strange way. Each successful interaction as Rona built his confidence proved that this transformation was more than surface level. Sunday's yoga class pushed new boundaries. He'd never done yoga as Ronan, but Amelia insisted it would help with posture and movement. Dressed in black leggings and a pink sports bra with matching tank top, blonde hair in a high ponytail, he felt exposed, yet athletic. Remember, you're just another woman in the class. Amelia adjusted his ponytail. No one's looking at you differently. She was right. The instructor welcomed them warmly, and he fell into the flow of poses without incident. His body moved differently as Rona, more aware of grace, of the lines he created. When class ended, several women complimented his flexibility. Same time next week? One asked. We have a regular Sunday group. He glanced at Amelia, who nodded encouragingly. Sure, I'll be here. The commitment felt significant. Not just weekends as Rona, but scheduled activities, social connections. The line between costume and reality blurred further. That night, wearing a new lavender nightgown, he curled against Amelia in bed. Tomorrow meant returning to suits and masculine presentation, but it no longer felt like relief. Instead, it felt like putting aside something precious until next weekend. I have a crazy idea. Amelia traced patterns on his silk-covered shoulder. What if Rona didn't have to end on Sunday night? What do you mean? Your hair's getting longer. We could style it in a way that works for both, professional for Ronan, but easy to feminize for Rona. And there are little things, manicured nails in neutral colors, shaped eyebrows that still look masculine. You want me to blur the lines. Only if you want to, but I see how happy you are as Rona, how natural it's becoming. Why limit that joy to weekends? The suggestion should have scared him. Instead, it sparked curiosity. What would it feel like to carry pieces of Rona into daily life? To know that beneath his suit, traces of her lingered? Let me think about it. But by morning, the decision felt made. As he dressed in his gray suit, he noticed how rough his hands looked compared to Rona's manicured nails. His unshaped eyebrows seemed suddenly bushy. The short hair felt wrong after a weekend of blonde waves. Just subtle changes. Amelia kissed him goodbye. Nothing that would out you at work, but enough that you can feel her presence. That week, he found himself at a nail salon during lunch, getting a manicure with clear polish. The technician shaped his nails into subtle ovals, professional but decidedly neater than before. His eyebrows were next, threaded into clean lines that enhanced his eyes without appearing feminine. "Someone's been busy," Amelia noticed immediately when he got home. "Show me those nails." The changes were minor but meaningful. Each glimpse of shaped nails during meetings reminded him of Rona waiting for the weekend. The groomed eyebrows made him feel put together in a new way. Friday couldn't come fast enough. This time, he practically ran to the bedroom, eager for transformation. Amelia had laid out a floral wrap dress in blues and greens, paired with white wedge sandals. "I thought we'd try something." She held up the blonde wig. "What if we skip this tonight? Your hair's getting so nice and long." His hand went to his hair, now touching his collar, longer than he'd worn it in years. "But it's brown. Rona is blonde." "Rona can be whatever color she wants." Amelia set the wig aside. "Let's see what we can do with your natural hair." Armed with a curling iron and products, she worked magic. His brown hair transformed under her hands, waves and volume appearing where none had existed. When she finished, it framed his face in a decidedly feminine style. "Oh," he touched the styled locks carefully. "I look beautiful. You look beautiful." Amelia beamed. "My brunette Rona. I like her just as much as the blonde." The mirror showed truth in her words. Without the wig, Rona looked softer, more natural. The connection between his weekday and weekend selves grew stronger. "But you said Rona was blonde. That's who you wanted. I wanted you to feel beautiful, to transform completely. The blonde wig did that. But this..." She ran fingers through his styled hair. "This is even better. This is you becoming her, not just dressing as her." That weekend passed in a blur of new experiences. Without the wig as barrier, he felt more authentic as Rona. The yoga class recognized him despite the hair change. Shopping felt less like costume and more like building a genuine wardrobe. "I've been thinking." Sunday night, wearing his purple nightgown, he broached the subject that had been building. "About what you said, carrying Rona into the week." Amelia's eyes lit up. "And?" "I want to try. Nothing dramatic. I still need to be professional. But maybe I don't fully put her away anymore." "What did you have in mind?" "Keeping my nails done, growing my hair longer, maybe..." He hesitated, then pushed forward. "Maybe some clear lip gloss, just for moisture, but it would make you feel pretty." Amelia finished his thought. "I love it. We'll go shopping tomorrow for subtle makeup, things that enhance without transforming." Monday morning's routine shifted. After showering, he applied tinted moisturizer, nothing dramatic, just evening his skin tone. Clear lip gloss added shine without color. His hair, while styled conservatively, maintained some of the body Amelia had given it. "Perfect!" She adjusted his tie. "Professional Ronin with a hint of Rona. How does it feel?" "Like I'm carrying a secret." He checked his reflection once more. A good secret. Work passed without incident. No one commented on his improved complexion or glossy lips. But he knew. Each glimpse of manicured nails, each reapplication of lip gloss in the bathroom connected him to Rona. The weeks blended together. Weekends belonged fully to Rona, dresses and heels and full makeup. Weekdays saw Ronan with subtle enhancements, shaped brows, conditioned hair, moisturized skin. The division between identities softened. "Your hair is gorgeous," his coworker Beth commented one Thursday. "Have you been doing something different?" He touched the brown waves that now reached past his shoulders. "Just taking better care of it." "Well, it's working. You look great, really healthy and put together." That evening, Amelia helped him practice styling it himself. "See? Pull this section back, pin it here." Very professional but feminine. Feminine might not be the best look for the office. "Says who?" She met his eyes in the mirror. "Plenty of men have long hair. Yours just happens to be beautifully maintained." Friday arrived with familiar anticipation, but as Amelia laid out the weekend's outfits, he noticed something different. No wig, I thought we'd retired her, unless you want to be blonde again. He considered it. The blonde wig had started everything, had given him permission to become Rona. But now, no, I like my hair. I like being brunette Rona. Good, because I have a surprise. She produced a small box. I know we said subtle changes for weekdays, but I thought, just to have... Diamond studs sparkled in the velvet box. Small, delicate, undeniably feminine. Earrings? Hear me out. Plenty of men wear earrings. These are small enough to be professional, but... She held them up to his ears. They'd make you feel pretty even on Monday mornings. The idea of permanent change, pierced ears that couldn't be hidden or removed, should have terrified him. Instead, he found himself nodding. Where would we go? I already made an appointment, tomorrow afternoon. Saturday found them at an upscale piercing studio. He wore the yellow sundress again. It had become a favorite, with his brown hair in loose waves. The piercer didn't bat an eye at his request for feminine placement of the holes. These will heal in about 6 weeks, she explained aftercare while Amelia bounced excitedly beside him. Keep the studs in until then. Walking out with pierced ears felt monumental. Another permanent step toward... What? He caught his reflection in a shop window. Pretty sundress, styled hair, diamond studs glinting in the afternoon sun. Rona looked back, but somehow he saw Ronan too. The boundaries had blurred beyond recognition. How do you feel? Amelia linked their arms. Different? More myself somehow? Which self? He considered the question. Both? Neither? I don't know anymore. Does it matter? She squeezed his arm. You're happy? I'm happy. Labels are overrated. That night, lying in bed in a new coral nightgown, he touched the studs gently. Amelia was right. Labels felt less important than the joy of existing as his full self. Monday would bring suits and meetings, but also styled hair and diamond earrings. Friday would bring dresses and heels, but with his own brown hair and growing confidence. I love you. Amelia curled against him. All of you, every version. Even if the versions keep blending? Especially then, you're becoming who you're meant to be. I just gave you permission to explore. Weeks turned to months. His hair grew past his shoulders, then toward the middle of his back. The vitamin regimen Amelia insisted on made it shine with health. Coworkers complimented his glow, never suspecting it came from religious skincare and subtle makeup. Rona evolved too. The wardrobe expanded beyond Amelia's initial purchases. He developed his own style, favoring A-line dresses over bodycon, preferring wedges to stilettos, discovering a love for cardigans in every color. You shop like a woman now, Amelia teased during one of their Saturday sprees. Checking fabric content, matching accessories. I am a woman. The words slipped out without thought. On weekends, anyway. But the qualifier felt increasingly false. The division between Ronan and Rona had eroded to the point of meaninglessness. He was simply himself, wearing suits during the week and dresses on weekends, but the same person underneath. I've been thinking, one Sunday evening as he changed from a pink maxi dress into silk pajamas. About next steps, Amelia looked up from her book. Oh? My driver's license still says male. All my documents do, but when I'm out as Rona, using credit cards with Ronan's name. He trailed off, uncertain how to voice the growing disconnect. Are you thinking about making it official? Changing your name? Not changing exactly, more like acknowledging. Rona exists, she shops and dines out and takes yoga classes. Maybe she should exist legally too. The conversation opened floodgates. They talked through logistics. Would he transition fully, live as Rona permanently, or maintain the dual existence that had become comfortable? I don't want to lose Ronan, he admitted, but I can't imagine giving up Rona either. Then don't. Keep both. Plenty of people have chosen names they use socially versus legally. The compromise felt right. He began introducing himself as Rona in social settings, even some professional ones. Close friends learned about his weekend identity, most accepting it with surprising ease. I always thought you seemed happier lately, Beth from accounting confided. This explains the glow. Living authentically suits you. His boss proved equally understanding when he finally broached the subject. As long as your work remains excellent, I don't care what you wear or what name you use, though HR will need to update some forms. The paperwork was easier than expected, adding Rona as a preferred name, updating pronouns to flexible in the company directory. Small changes that made Monday mornings feel less like abandoning himself. Look at you. Amelia straightened his tie one morning, diamond studs glinting beside his carefully styled hair. My beautiful husband heading to work. Husband? Partner? Spouse? He felt a warm sensation in his chest, like the pieces of a jumbled puzzle had finally found their perfect fit. In that moment, he realized it wasn't just about clothes or the aesthetic arrangement of a shared space. It represented something profound, the merging of two lives into one harmonious whole. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other socials if you want more content, early access, behind the scenes, and more. All links down below.